So, Batman 1989 is officially available on the remastered 4K Blu-ray disc, and this is really exciting. It seems that every time we have a new format available, or at least a new HD that comes out, classic movies of the past get remastered into those formats so we can enjoy them in our modern Blu-ray, 4K disc players, what have you, whatnot. So this is pretty exciting stuff. Not much to talk about other than, I guess, my experience with this movie, which I think it's a nice personal story to share with. So I'll have more of that right after the intro. Hey guys, welcome to Use Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. And I found an interesting article from a person who watched the Batman 1989 film, and he kind of shared his his thoughts on the movie and what it was like for him when he experienced this film as a kid. So I kind of figured I'd do the same thing. And the reason why I'm doing this is because this movie is now available on 4K Blu-ray disc, which I'm going to go ahead and purchase pretty soon. And it's available for you to purchase online on Amazon.com. If you want to go ahead and order it, I'll leave a link in the description. This movie really set the bar for superhero movies. I guess you can call it the dawn of the superhero movies, if you will, which is, I'm taking that quote from the article that I read online from this guy who wrote the article. And to me personally, this movie has personally impacted me. And I want to personally thank my father for showing me that film when I was a kid. Of course, I wasn't born in the 80s or at all. I was born in 1990, so this movie came out when I wasn't even born yet. And this is really something. I mean, it's a big deal. Because of this movie, I've loved the character of Batman ever since. And he's actually one of my top 5 favorite superheroes of all time, alongside Spider-Man. And Spider-Man's my number 1 favorite superhero character of all time. And Batman, this movie was my first experience to a superhero film, and what was a superhero film. And I just constantly loved watching that movie on repeat. On VHS, I've watched that thing on VHS, and I probably ran that tape dry by constantly playing it. And now we move forward ahead in time as like around 30 years later, give or take. Yeah, 30 years, yeah. 1989 to 2019. That's 30 years ago. Wow, time flies. 30 years later, and this magnificent masterpiece of a superhero film is coming to 4K Blu-ray. I mean, is available to 4K Blu-ray for you guys to watch on your modern Blu-ray disc players. And that is really a treat. That is really something. And this movie has really impacted my life in so many ways. And as you can tell clearly, I am still more or less the same person that I was when I was like a child who first experienced Batman, and I'm happy. I would never change anything about me. If I can go back and do it again, I would, and I'm so glad. This is amazing, and arguably Michael Keaton's probably the best Batman, and I think he is the best Batman we will ever have, and I hope he gets to continue playing the role of Bruce Wayne in future movies, perhaps a Batman Beyond film where he plays an older, rugged Bruce Wayne. That'd be really cool. That'd be very exciting. But sidetrack, the performances in that film, and I guess you can call this like a bit of a mini review on Batman 1989. The performances in this film are incredible. Everybody does a fantastic job delivering at the performances, especially Jack Nicholson, who I think kind of stole the show from Michael Keaton's Batman. And Michael Keaton did a phenomenal job as Batman Bruce Wayne. But Jack Nicholson is probably my favorite character in the entire film because he embodied the persona and the characteristics of the Joker. And he sounds like him. He even looks like him. And it's just the way he sounds reminded me a lot of Mark Hamill's Joker from the animated series that I used to watch back in the 90s. And the similarities are just uncanny. The way he sounds and acts, it's just incredible. It's like you get lost in this void of like this character that he creates, and he really does have that effect on you. It's like, wow, this guy really is, like, you're convinced he's a real psychopath. But other than that, this film is incredible, and I definitely am going to buy it. I don't care if I can stream it whenever I want. I don't care. I mean, it's Batman. Buy the damn movie on 4K Blu-ray so you can experience this masterpiece remastered in 4K beauty. Come on. So anyways, guys, I just wanted to bring that up and share that story with you, and do a little mini review about this film and, just share my experience overall about, this is my first official superhero film that I've ever seen. And then Spawn came later on, and then, of course, Blade, and then Spider-Man. But that's a bit of history of about me, about superhero films from the past, where comic book movies weren't as prevalent. Nowadays, we're getting comic book movies every single years, about maybe 5 to 10 comic book superhero movies every single years, because it's a blockbuster. It is a moneymaker. It is a cash cow. And I am forever grateful for the studios realizing that comic book movies are meant to be taken seriously. But other than that, I mean, let's face it, they're business. They want to make money. Comic book movies sell. So, but anyways, if you do have a 4K Blu-ray player, buy your copy of Batman 1989, as it's well known as. Go ahead and buy it on Amazon.com. The link is in the description. I urge you to buy it. If you haven't seen this movie at all, like, what the hell's wrong with you? Are you like a hermit crab or something? Go watch this movie. All right, that's enough about me making jokes and talking. I keep babbling. So anyways, guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and click on bell notifications so you all don't miss anything. And I will see you all in the next comic panel. Plus, I'm going to leave this little tidbit for you guys so you guys can enjoy, for those of you who've seen this movie, and for those of you who want to experience a bit of nostalgia. Later, guys.
Question. How do we call him? He gave us a signal.
I thought champagne would be in order, ma'am.
Hi, Alfred.
Mr. Wayne told me to tell you that he might be a little late.
I'm not a bit surprised.